Okay. I'm gonna do a guide on no hit for regular any percent. This is a slightly advanced route, but it's not too advanced to where you wouldn't be able to learn it. I didn't use this route as the first route. I did my first run as SL1, and I was originally gonna do the run with a warrior class before I decided to try SL1. And I prefer SL1, and I already made a guide on how to do that. Um, but we're gonna do an 80% no-hit guide, which is a run that exists, so why not make a guide for it? Okay. Okay, let's do it. Staying character. 4 seconds in the game. Okay. Let's see. So we're gonna start off with name my character me because I feel like it, and I gotta close this. Okay. So start off with thief, and gift is gonna be black fire bombs because I don't know if you know, but the thief class has master key. So we're gonna use bombs to kill a boss at the start of the game, the Asylum Demon, so we don't have to use the bandit knife, and because it's faster. Uh, I'm also gonna do Duke's skip, but I'm also gonna show how to do the area without Duke's skip, just cause why not? Just I prefer Duke's skip, but whatever, whatever, bro, whatever. So you don't have to take off your. Well, let me show you the most optimal way to do it. So usually you start off like this, and then when you get to the ladder, you take off all your clothes, but and your hilt. But I'm just gonna take it off here. I don't really care. And I'm gonna make a save file here, and I'm gonna just show how to throw the bombs correctly. Also have gadget on, so this is gonna be hitless. Okay. So you start off like here, right? And you drop the hilt at this door, and then you're gonna run up to those rocks. See those little rocks that are all crumbled up on the left side? We're gonna run right up here, face the boss, throw all the bombs, and then dodge his attack and finish him. So like that's how the strat is gonna work, and that's the movements that you're gonna do. He can do some stuff that's like you have to go behind him to make sure you don't get hit or whatever. It's like here. That's the RNG you'll usually get. This strat is doing it this way is a little bit RNG. If you're just starting out, or if you're playing it super safe, you can run up on like this line here, go around him, he'll do a jumping attack, and it'll be like in a direction because he's trying to hit you, but he won't be able to just turn all the way around. Then you can walk up behind him and kill him with bombs. I'll do it one more time. But like, since I don't really pay much attention to having to reset on Asylum Demon, I just do this. I got the good RNG 3 times in a row. That doesn't usually happen. And you'll see we get 5 bombs left. So then, because we have 5 left, we have some for running sections, which is nice. So we're gonna get the. Oh, I didn't drop the hill this time. Oh, you can run up here and then get the boulder to go, or you can run up there and like drop off here. But I just do that there. I talk to Oscar, it's faster. But we're gonna get the Astora trade sword for this run, because it's like the easiest thing ever to use in a boss fight. It makes the boss fights free, and you can be way more uh, greedy, I guess. I don't know if it's like that's the right word. You can be way more lenient with how many hits you do, because the straight sword doesn't have the recovery of the halberd. There's a 200 soul there that you can get. Also, a common misconception that I got cleared up recently. It doesn't count as a hit in Seath's little first encounter if you get cursed. Like that, none of that counts as a hit. Um, but you can get a ring to prevent the curse anyway. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna save one of my twin humanities for Seath. So I picked up that soul over there. That soul's important for this specific run, and we need the humanity because we're going to get 30 for a skip. If you get 30 humanity, you can join the Chaos Covenant after we already leave the covenant we joined earlier, so it doesn't matter. You just need a ring from that covenant. But we're going to leave the Forest Covenant after we get our flip ring, and we're going to get Black Fire Bombs. And Black Fire Bombs are going to help us with, I mean, not Black Fire Bombs. We're going to get 30 humanity, and 30 humanity is going to help us skip the Demon Fire Sage and what else? Centipede Demon. And you don't have to run through Izalith, the area, so that's nice. So once you bone back from there, you want to use the Soul of the Lost Undead. And then you want to rest at the bonfire so that we can level up 14 Faith. And the reason you level up 14 Faith is because you don't have the stat requirements to use the weapon that we want to use at the start of the game. It's also why you can't use it at like level 1, because it requires 14 Faith. Also, you don't have to do any of this fast movement garbage if you don't want to. It's just like speedrun stuff. So we're going to use the humanity now for a different reason. We're going to farm for purple moss from a tree enemy coming up soon. You might want to write this down, by the way. And we want purple or blooming purple moss, because we're going to use that to set up low damage, well, low health on our character, so we can get more damage with the red tier stone ring, which we're going to pick up from a tower. And the reason you don't have to get this soul, I don't think. I never really need it. It's just really helpful to have 800 extra. But you definitely need the other souls that we're picking up, just to make sure you can upgrade. But we're gonna jump here, and the reason we're jumping off of this is we just need to take some damage, about that much, because we're gonna take that amount of damage, and we're gonna jump off of a platform over there, and take a little bit more as well. So pick up this soul, like you can open the gate, run over here, grab it like right here, and then keep running. You can run across the bridge there, but I just like to do this cool jump. You didn't see that. Yeah, it's gonna kill me. It's fine. I need to turn off no death. Or turn on no death. I'll just run back there. Doesn't matter. Here, I'll turn on modify speed. Peepo run. That's good. Whatever. Run. Okay. What? That was a stored roll, bro. Okay, here, let me, do this. Okay. So as I was saying, you can do a fun jump there. Okay. So, that didn't happen. But now we're gonna go, drop off the platform up here so we can get extra damage, and we're gonna pick up the Astora straight sword. So we're gonna run up here and drop off. Try not to hit the dragon hand. That's kind of scary. And you're gonna like stop right about here. Just don't go any further. Pick it up and then like roll out of the way, and he won't aggro. If you're having trouble with that, you can. You don't really need a guide to figure that out. Just try and see if you can pick it up without going too far, and then practice it just by doing more attempts, and you should be consistent. I didn't really have to practice that or anything like that. Okay, we're gonna drop down. This is a little RNG. Um, so whether you do the safe or not safe version, there's still RNG involved. But I like to just do the fast one because it's more fun. So stop at the dragon, and then when you get to the item, start running again. Walk forward, right, and left. And then this is RNG, so I could get hit here, and there's nothing I can do about it. Whether you do the safe one where you go up to the bonfire so you don't have to drop down here, you have to wait now to do this, but you still can get RNG. So you're waiting at this part of the ladder for them to all crowd around the bottom of the ladder so that you can drop down here and roll off. And then as soon as you land, you have to press roll again. And right there, that lightning, that's RNG as well. Usually you can find like a way to space it though, but that's kind of like not reliable. There's like another way to do it where you land and press the right D-pad and cancel the animation, but that's like really hard, so I wouldn't try that. Just roll. Or just try it and then realize it's bad and roll anyway.
Lol.
Okay, we can two-hand the sword, but for this strat we don't really need to be able to two-hand it. So we're gonna bait the, or if you want you can just run past him here and then roll. But we're gonna bait the knight and then walk back in here as he de-aggroes, run past him and jump to a certain platform. So like this. I'm gonna bait him to do something. Anything he does as long as he moves is fine. Then he de-aggroes, run past him, and we're gonna jump here. Just like this. And land on this platform. And then we're gonna wait here until he falls to his death. So he's just gonna probably like run into the wall for a bit, and then he's gonna turn around and fall off. Wow, thanks for going a lot faster than normal. Then you have to just jump back and it's easy. So now we have a Astora straight sword, and I'm not gonna do the BKH route tutorial. That's dumb. You shouldn't rely on BKH on a consistent route. If you want to, then go ahead, but personal opinion, it's really annoying to rely on it. Because then it's just resetting until you get it. Or being like, screw it and use gadget. But you won't get into the team with gadget, so. If you want to go on a team or put your word on the website, then you have to play the game legit. Not cheating, I know, cringe. Okay, so we have 4 humanity, and we're gonna try and farm these guys until we get moss. That's how I do it. You can also use a bomb, but I think the route I got this from uses a bomb. Okay, I got it first try. That doesn't usually happen, but that's really lucky. Like, wow. But I'm just gonna show how to kill the other ones. So here you can do this 2 ways. You can try and jump attack over there to kill the guy, or you can like shoot the bomb, but I like to do this. Because with the Astora Straight Sword, it kills him in 1 hit, which is like really good. And then from here you can just go into the patch with the soul if you didn't get one and jump attack all of them. And just jump attack as many as you can until you get it. Or just like hit it once and then wait for him to come up and then do an R2 and they should die. If you get more than one somehow for some reason, keep it because it'd be nice to use one just as like a little helper for the area with Bed of Chaos. I mean, going back through Blighttown to get to Bed of Chaos later. Okay, so he can do like so many things. I'm not even gonna bother explaining what the Titanite Demon can do. He can jump, he can shoot lightning, he can swing, he can stab, I think. I don't think he, actually I don't think he can stab. I don't remember. But he has like so many things he can do, so just go the direction he's not facing. So if he turns all the way to the left, go to the right. And what's great about the sword is you don't have to worry about your upgrades here, because it's literally just kill the lizard and then upgrade to 2. Because you're never going to have to worry about Twinkling Titanite. Not having enough, at least. Okay, so here you can buy like 50 arrows. And we don't really have to upgrade the bow. I guess you could if you want, but we're not going to. So feather arrows, standard. Also, I missed this. I picked up the bow. That's important. We need the bow. My bad. Yeah, I just picked it up with no reason behind it. I'm so used to picking it up. Kind of like obvious to me at least that you'd need the bow, but that might not be obvious for like people who are used to strength builds. The hit runs are gonna suck for people who are used to strength builds. Oh my god, what the hell was that? Anyway, you kill the enemies with R2 and then watch out for anything else. Or you can try and bait them and kill them with arrows, but that just wastes arrows. So if you're not on like game 3 of God Run, I mean of Trilogy, then I wouldn't bother. If you are on God Run, like last game God Run or Trilogy, then definitely do that. But if you're on your cringe no hit run that doesn't matter, then whatever. Okay, so you're trying to hit the head of the Chancellor here, and we're going to kill 3 enemies. So the Chancellor, this hollow, and this hollow. And the reason we're killing them is so that we can just run through there without any alarms going off. And the way these guys work is they have alarms whenever you're near them, and then that triggers them to do something specific. So hit the head so he staggers and doesn't even aggro at all, and then hit it again, and he should die with feather arrows. And also, I'm lining up right here. This is a pretty easy spot to remember. And then we're gonna hit the head again here. Kill him in 1 hit, and then you've got to try to aim right. Okay, he moved because he's dumb. You gotta try to aim right about here, like right where the hilt of the sword is. you want to aim like left of that, and that should kill him. Because the hitbox is really bad for that enemy. Then we're gonna run in and run out and actually do it right. And we're gonna get the black fire bombs ready. And we're gonna stand here, just like you can walk up like that and stand there, and then lock onto him. There's an enemy up here that's blocking our way, and throw a black fire bomb at him. And even though it doesn't look like it'll hit him, the range isn't far enough for him to hit him. Okay, so since we killed all 3 of those enemies, we can walk like this, walk along here, and then like that. So it's like along here, and then cross. And none of them should do anything, because they don't even care. And then you have to aim, see these like 5 little white dots here or whatever? There's this brick right here, like below it. Just aim about here. And throw like a regular firebomb. That should kill him in 1 hit. So just here. It's kind of like a just pick like a near spot. It's like this should work and then this should work. But you're just trying to get the firebomb to land right here. And then you want to roll into these 2 and try to hit a headshot on this guy. So usually to hit the headshot you have to aim to a little bit to the right of the head. Then you should die. And none of them aggroed, and it's easy. Also, we're past the setup. We're on Gargs now. Oops. I'm gonna make another save state. Alright. So there's a bomb strat that you can do to like cut the tail off for him. But I just go and run away like this and fight him legit. So we're gonna run in and we're gonna try to actually cut the tail with an R2 of the swing. And then hit 2 more hits in him. And then try and get him to stagger. And the staggers aren't required or necessary really, it just they help. So it makes the fight a little more safe and a little bit easier. So like right, roll in and get the cut. Right, and then like stagger, right, and he's dead. Oh, he iframed that. So like when enemies jump back, they usually iframe things like that. And then it should take 2. The second one always spawns in with half health and you can kill him in 2 hits. He doesn't always do fire though. Sometimes he can do melee if you get close. So don't expect him to do fire because he's going to kill you. Or you can expect it and just live with the consequences. Okay, so. Okay, we got this RNG. Don't roll too early, I've made that mistake. That's the tail. He's going to probably follow it up. Nope. Can we get a stagger? Nope. Also, when they dodge, when enemies dodge in this game, they get dodge damage, so. Be ready for that. Alright, that's my mistake. Let me do that again. I shouldn't have gone for them, I should have retreated. I mean, I should have gone for the guy with half health. I should have gone back. Or what I could have done is done 1 hit on the guy in the back. This is all just like hypothetical things that I could have done to not get hit. Okay, a stab. No. If he does that, just run under him and he'll never hit you. That's always really annoying. So I saw that he was facing the other way when he did that jump, so I just went behind him so he'd miss. Got him. So yeah, if you don't learn this fight enough, you can get brutally murdered. And it's not really that consistent of a fight, to be honest. At least in my opinion. If you do the bomb strat and you can get it every time, it's a lot more consistent. So he does the little dodge backwards and that can kill him. Okay, You did fire again, so it's easy. And there you go. Alright, I'm not gonna fight him anymore, I think that's enough. Also, they can drop halberds and stuff, that's really annoying. If that's bothering your inventory, just get it out of the way. And we're gonna ring the first bell. And then we're gonna buy 9 bones. So we have enough homeward bones for the run in case we need to do something. Like we have to bone out because you make a mistake or something, or if you have to bone out because you want to not do a part yet, or you get bad RNG or anything like that. So if you take 1 heal of the Estus, you can survive this fall. Or you can just climb the ladder. And there's like a super rare chance that a hollow can come in this room. Like I've seen it once on Person Man stream. So we're gonna get 9 bones, and I guess technically you could buy the Ring of Sacrifice, but it's not worth it. Don't buy it because we're gonna get the rare Ring of Sacrifice. And if you were just gonna get it, you could trade in a regular humanity, or you can jump across a bridge and get it, which is what Nico does. Okay, so even if and then you also wouldn't be able to get your levels right, and you'd have to change your levels if you bought it. So again, bad idea. We're gonna get to try it. If you can't get to 16, get as close as you can to 16, and like at least 12 maybe, and then try and get to 16. Because your first objective is to get to 16 strength, so that we can use the halberd for we're gonna use the crystal halberd in the second half of the game, because that's just like the route that makes sense. You pick up crystal halberd and then use it for bosses, because it's right there and it's like super easy. The more optimal route would be BKH or BKGS, but I guess you could also use any Black Knight weapon is optimal in this game, but this route is fine. So if you can get to like 16 strength, then you can level dex however you want. Just get it as high as you can. But the priority is strength, and then the rest of the souls that you can put into dex, put them into dex. So for this guy, there's a mechanic in the game called kick. You move forward and R1 at the same time, and you're just gonna do 2 of those on him. And if you miss, it doesn't really matter. It's not that big of a deal, because unless you just keep attacking him with R1s, he won't do anything. Just try and make sure that you can. If you're scared of missing it with the sword, then just take the sword off. I think I've got the kicks down though, so just do it with the sword on. But like if you're really not feeling it, then don't worry. Also, you don't have to do that jump anymore, because RTSR isn't really dependent on that jump here. It helps a little bit with optimizing it, but also that roll was stored roll, and in this game there's a mechanic called stored roll where it'll just like if you press roll like twice and it doesn't register or whatever, it'll store, or something like that, it'll store an extra roll input, and it'll just like randomly roll for no reason. It's really annoying. Okay, gonna drop to the left of the ladder, drop to the right, go around the bug, and they're gonna drop straight down here, roll forward again, drop down to the right, and get on the elevator. And I like to get on it between the 2 torches here, because it's the safest way to get on it without there being like a bug of it killing you. So you have your purple moss clump that you got earlier from the farming. When you when that platform hits the top of that one, drop off for just a little extra health loss to make this a little faster, and then build up poison. That was really bad RNG. He was facing me in a really weird way. That almost never happens. Okay. So when you hit RTSR, you can use the clump, and now you're stuck at RTSR. So this gives you a 50% damage boost, which is ridiculous. And that's why I didn't get the bonfire and undead parish, so I don't have to reset up RTSR. That's why you should get practice stuff, so that if you lose all your health, it doesn't immediately kill you. Okay, so let me create a save for Quelaag. And we're gonna kill Ceaseless as well, so that we can get 20,000 souls. Like, I think he drops pretty much exactly 20,000, which is enough to buy the crest so that we can get flip ring. So you could just not kill him, and you kill him later for the optimization, and then not get flip ring. Or find a way to kill Andre and make it optimal in the run. So, Quelaag, I fight her without rolling, basically. So, contrary to what I literally just did, I usually don't roll in this boss. And I try and stay, when she does her like swipes, I try and stay here, like right next to her, so I don't get hit. And then walk away through her limbs, and then she just jumps away. So we're gonna try and get her away from the lava. I don't want to deal with that. And so I'll usually, like, during the fight, I'll check around the room to make sure I didn't miss any lava. And Astora Straight Sword Quelaag is, with the no roll strats, really fast. So, super easy. I'm gonna see if I can get a little bit more optimal fight. That's good, that's perfectly fine, but, you know, I didn't get to demonstrate most of her swings, which is kind of the stuff you normally get. Okay, here we go. Swing right, dodge it again. That was a scenario where I had to just stay at the left side because I couldn't move. Also, if you're gonna attack straight up, don't go like too far in, because then you'll get hit by her jump back, or you'll get stuck trying to roll left and not be able to get out of the way. So I've done that specific movement there like a million times. Just, it looked kind of sketchy, but you don't have to do that. So I usually just like to walk out like that. And I'm trying to be mindful of where the lava is, so I don't mess up. And there you go, that's Quelaag. So, yeah, it gives you exactly 20,000. So I pull the lever and heal. Roll off. Attack the wall, because I'm going to go back there later for the skip. Make sure to remember about that wall, because we're going to come back here to skip a boss. Two bosses, actually. And one more thing to mention, you can learn ceaseless skip if you're not going to get flip ring. And that saves time. And you have to fight this stupid boss every single run. I think it's far. Well, ceaseless, if you do it late, is at the end of the game. So it's like, you wouldn't actually even have to worry about getting sick of the ceaseless fight. But if, you know, if you're really struggling with ceaseless, then I guess you can you can do the ceaseless skip. It's fine. I don't know anybody who really struggles with the easiest boss in the game, but well, that's a lie, because there's RNG again. Like, this game has so much RNG, it's really annoying. And it's not like RNG where it affects how the game works, like how DS3 has RNG where it like totally changes what you do, like it completely changes it. This is just RNG that every now and then you'll get some rare RNG that just kills you and there's nothing you can do. Like Ceaseless can do this crazy thing where he just like slams or just like a attack that's undodgeable, and He does it because just like random chance, to my knowledge, and like maybe the AI gets messed up. But I used to think it was the weapon toggling, but one time I literally didn't weapon toggle a single time. I ran in the fight and I got bad RNG and got killed. I was like, what? That doesn't make sense. Oh my god. So, I don't think that's what it is, but maybe it is. Maybe I just did do weapon toggling, I didn't realize. Yeah, he has to know where you are. So, we're gonna pick up these clothes to trigger the cheese, and then run away. Uh, I guess you could also do a legit fight, which would take a million years, but we're not gonna do that, so. Pick it up, he gets mad. He's gonna, like, rip off his arm or something. That's kinda gross, bro. And then you're running as soon as he does that. And you're gonna run in between this left part here. So he doesn't, if you go the right part, actually, he will do an attack, like, every time. Almost every time. Like, and that's not RNG, that's just, like, how the boss works. So he's gonna run over here, he's gonna do this crazy suicide jump. You don't have to roll there. And you're just gonna attack. You can attack with your fists, it's faster, but it doesn't matter what you attack with. Then when victory achieved pops up, you can just bone out. When we come back though, we're gonna have to watch a cutscene, so get ready for that. While you're falling, you're probably gonna get the ceaseless cutscene. Don't use a soul, that's a mistake, don't do that. I almost did. Okay, so before you use the soul, you wanna make sure you have 10,000 souls left. So, this is about 10,000. This is perfect because it's 10,000 plus 2,000, so it's 12,000. So if you can get 12,000 left, that's great, because that means that you can buy the work box or whatever. It's called the weaponsmith box. We're gonna buy the weaponsmith box. If I remember the name, let's go. Okay, so we're gonna sell all our armor. You don't need it in any percent. If you're doing all bosses, don't sell this set here, the gold hemmed. But unless you don't use it in your run, then sell it. But yeah, so that's good. And then we're gonna sell the Quelaag soul for 10,000, which is more souls than what you would get by using it. You get 2,000 souls more from selling it there. And yeah, we have plenty of souls for upgrading, which is great. And we have enough to buy the Crest of Artorias to get flip ring, which is the whole plan. And the flip ring, we're getting it because it gives you iframes, and it's like a little safety tool you can get. So it gives you this cool animation when you're running. I mean, when you're not running, when you're rolling, but it also boosts the amount of frames that your roll is invisible. Not invisible, invincible. It's like when you roll normally, you have parts of the roll that's invincible. So that just gets extended. And we're gonna run it along this wall so that if there's any arrows that come here, I can roll them. And I rolled the in there for extra safety. Try to jump over the staircase and fail. Yeah, at this point, don't try and push it with the levels until you've gotten all your upgrades. That's usually what I do. Just make sure you can get this and this, the two key items at the top. And then we can go to upgrading the bow. As like much as you can. You might be able to upgrade it a little bit more later. So you can't get it all the way up because I don't have enough souls, which is kind of sad, but we can buy our arrows right now. So like you can just get, this is not DS1, me, you get like, so fast. 100 maybe. I usually get 100 arrows before Sense Fortress, so like that's good enough. That should carry you through the rest of the game. Alright, so I run right here. Okay, I didn't get it. There's like these two little things there, and then whatever he does that isn't lightning, or if he jumps, then you're doing it right. So you run between there and you run back, and if he does lightning, you can go, or if he jumps at you, you can just wait for the jump and then go. You go back and stand, like you go back and walk back, and then he'll miss you with the jump, and you just keep running. So we're just gonna kill them the same way as we did earlier. You get that soul there if you want. And if you don't have enough souls at the beginning of the game, just make it consistent with how many of those you kill. Just make sure you can get all the arrows and stuff. Okay, so we're gonna join the Covenant here early and get the flip ring. So that's how this route works. At least the way I modified it. Nice. Again, another stored roll. Wow, it's too many. And this is similar to how we killed Lautrec earlier, the golden guy. Oh, and the reason we killed Lautrec is because he will ruin our bonfire if we don't. We'll lose Firelink bonfire, which is really dumb. And I don't want that ring because it looks like Fog Ring and it doesn't do the same thing as Fog Ring. And we're actually going to get Fog Ring in this run. Sorry. So, kick, just like normal. Kick him off. And then quit out. Don't use gadgets to quit out, it won't work. I don't think. You pick up the item. Try not to walk like too far, otherwise you'll aggro him like that. And then he could possibly run at you. Sometimes you just end up walking too far, but he can't hit you. I've never ever had it happen. So in my eyes, he can't, but maybe he can. Maybe it's theoretically possible or something. So if you don't want to push it, then you can be safe and like quit out behind that wall over there or something. So run to the left of the pressure plate. This is like fast Sense Fortress, by the way. You can take this way slower. If you wanted to learn how to do that, you can watch Hobbs stream. Or VODs or whatever. And then once the first one goes down, you run by and then you keep going. I'm gonna run on the right here. Everything he does should miss. And you have to watch out for this guy. So you want to time, so you did lightning there, so I can go. You want to time his lightning. So you can notice the new animation. And I put on the Darkwood Grain Ring and got the iframes. So you can wait here like that, or wait in the crevice there, which is faster. I just waited back for safety, I guess. Okay, so he can shoot lightning and do nothing, or he can give you the bad RNG like this, where he runs at you. Or not bad, just like less safe. Just be ready for either of those, and then drop down to the left of this pillar there, and you're good. It's not that hard. It's just, it looks a lot harder than it is. Okay, I didn't get to go on there, Sag. But at least I get to break all the pots. So there's a strat with like Lloyd's talismans to get a symbol of avarice. You can learn how to do that, but I don't do it in my runs, so I'm not gonna teach it. So you get off, and we're gonna run up here. I like to jump here and get the roll and go. So if you make it across here quick enough, that won't hit you. You got all that time to spare, but if you're not feeling like losing your run this early, then we'll run around it like that. Should be fine. Okay, so this part, you can either roll across, which if you're just starting and you are not familiar, maybe you might want to do that. But I like to just run straight through. I never get hit. Sometimes if you run too close to the left, you get hit, which is weird. And then whenever all of those open up, you run through. But you have to like pay attention to that. And then you attack this guy. He can do some really weird stuff, and you just have to dodge it. Okay, this part is like hard to explain, so I'll talk about it. So there, you want to wait until all of them are open, and then just run through. Like as soon as one of them crosses, then you can go. So if you have to stand there and do nothing and like stand still for a second to wait, that's way better than trying to run through and risk it. Okay, so you walk off here, roll backwards, stand under this, and light the bonfire. And sit down. If you can't sit down and an enemy shows up, try and kill him if you can. Or run away and homeward bone. That works. Okay, stay to the left of both of these pressure plates. That's actually kind of challenging to do. There's not much room. And then we're gonna attack this serpent off. And then you're gonna watch here where my mouse is for that snake to fall off. My mouser. I'm trying to say cursor and mouse at the same time. You can do a running R1 off. And then you see that this guy fell off here. He can fall on you and he staggers you, and that is a hit. So we're trying to avoid that hit. And if you want, well, what we're going to do here is we're going to attack with the bow on here and then here so that she is baited to fall off. If you want, you can do that from here, or you can walk up here and make that easier on yourself. But that's like a safety and risk at the same time. So I just don't. And then you tagged once there, and then he sees the second one and it's gonna just run off and die. Goodbye. Okay, the reason he like did that is because I ran on these funny platforms. Don't do that. I didn't know that was gonna change how he worked, but at least he died. So he didn't die, but he just fell off. As long as they fall off, whether they die or not, you're safe to get slumbering. Okay. You need Slumbering Dragon Crest Ring, and you need a Fog Ring. The reason that you need those rings is because we're gonna kill Nito without any skeletons. And the only way that you can do that is by having both stealth rings in the game on, or with like magic. And we're not using magic, so whatever. But yeah, that's how you do it. So we're just avoiding dealing with the skeletons. You can deal with them with a crescent axe if you want, or like a divine club or something. Okay, so here, we're gonna walk off to the right, and roll on the landing, and we're gonna do that again, and that's gonna get us to our TSR. And then we're gonna have enough damage to like incinerate Iron Golem. There we go, got it. So you can see the red aura on the character, and the ring is active by the icon. So you're gonna wait here for the crossbow and then use an R2. Sometimes it takes forever to shoot that crossbow, it's really annoying. Okay, so there's just a bunch of boulders here, but they like break in one hit, which makes absolutely no sense. So we're gonna break them with the bow, and then we're gonna use the bow to kill the giant for an extra chunk, because whether you got chunks from any crystal lizards that we killed in the past or not, we're gonna need chunks to upgrade the crystal halberd for making sure that we have more damage, because just more damage is nice. And this makes the fight a little bit safer. But that's just like a bonus. That doesn't really matter. You could just wait for him to finish throwing if you don't kill him. Yeah, since we're doing Crystal Halberd, we need to kill him for that extra chunk. It's just no reason not to. No point. Since we bought so many arrows, might as well actually use them. Okay, so we're gonna stick to the left here. He's gonna do that little attack every time. Then we're gonna run to his right leg, do an R2, do another R2, and another R2. And then a couple more should be fine. So we're gonna make him move away, and then learn his moveset and dodge it, and then he's good. Okay. So the way we're doing that is, let me just try and explain this in a little bit more detail that makes actual sense. So we're running at this here, right? He's gonna do his attack, and it's gonna hit this thing and be blocked. So, and then we're gonna keep running, and we're gonna cross over his right leg, and the setup is bam, 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 like that. But maybe it's actually more like you just do an R2, you move around, and then get 2 in. And then you walk backwards to try and move him away so that he can actually fall off instead of just get stuck on the ground and you have to spend forever fighting him. And then you go underneath his legs, around, or just dodge any attack, and then make him fall off again. That's easy. R2 on this weapon carries this run, dude. Alright, so that's Sen's Fortress. Now we're gonna do Anor Londo and Ornstein Smo. So, here we go. Anor Londo is really consistent if you learn it and practice it. It's a lot longer and harder than DS3 one, in my opinion. DS3 is just like you run through to the boss. It's really easy. It's more of the Pontiff area that's challenging. Okay, and another thing here. So instead of getting the bonfire now and then killing this mimic over here, we're going to get the mimic first and kill it, and then we're going to go and rest at the bonfire. So that bonfire is basically required to be rest at for this run because we need to get to Seath, and it's just also easier to have that bonfire. So we're going to lose RTSR at the start, but then we're going to use the elevator to set it up. So we're going to start with a couple of shots. You can use the feather arrows, it makes this easier. I'm just going to hit the mimic and make sure that his health goes down a bit. And then we're going to pull out our weapon and we're going to dodge his attack, whatever he does. So you can do like a kick, you can do the grab there, and then we're going to just learn the moveset of the mimic. It's not really that hard. Okay, I'm scared of him falling on me and staggering there. There's the kick. Nice dodge. Pick up the Crystal Halberd, and this is going to be our weapon for the run. Since we got 16 strength, we can one-hand and two-hand it, and everything's great. So we can one-hand it, which is cool for if you want to do insta-parry on Gwyn, and we can level up Dex now. We don't have to think about that anymore. Not having to think about levels is like amazing. So before I level actually, don't want to level yet. We want to, since we bought the weaponsmith box and we got 1 chunk, we can get to +1. And even if you get more, only get to +1 at this stage. The reason you only want to get +1, I say +10, I meant +1. So the reason you only want to get to +1 is because if you get higher than +1, you start to miss out on the durability, which is very, very important for this weapon because this weapon is a crystal weapon. And the concept is that it has terrible, like god-awful durability. It has 20, but it has really good damage, and it's kind of a cool concept, and I really enjoy thinking about it in the no-hit run actually, because it's like a fun thing. It's like a fun extra management challenge or whatever. Anyways, while I'm talking about this, we're just setting up RTSR here, but yeah, the Crystal Halberd, whenever you upgrade it, the durability is fully restored. And that's how you fully restore durability on a crystal weapon, because you can't just use repair powder, which is like super annoying. So you have to use upgrades instead, which make it way harder to manage a crystal weapon. But they're still crystal weapons are still like really good. And since this weapon is already prepared for us, I just feel like, you know, why not use it? So everything you possibly need is given to you at the game for this weapon, basically. It's super consistent. Okay, so now we have to deal with this gargoyle. So drop down on the first platform, drop down on the second, so you don't take any damage, and then just run, and you shouldn't get hit. If you're scared, you can try and get a roll off, but it's kind of challenging on this platform here. Roll off there, and try not to take any fall damage if you're like super low on health like I am right now. And then I'm gonna do this. I always do this part the way that you do it on SL1, just because it's like it's muscle memory and knowledge. But you can like headshot the guy over there and kill him in one hit or whatever. But here's how I do it. So I run in behind here. One attack kills him. Super easy, right? If you have Bandit Axe and you're on SL1, you have to like hit him twice, but it's still super easy. So from here, you can do like headshot there and kill him, or you can do this where you line up here and run at the ladder. So I like normally kill the guy in one hit, walk over to that little corner, and then run straight at the ladder. And she can attack you over here and stuff, and you have to like roll a dagger every now and then. And then you want to stand back so that when she gets up the ladder, she doesn't stagger you when she falls, and then attack her. That's just the most consistent way for me, because I've done it for ever. You know, I'm just super used to it, and I like it. So now this little three-leaf clover, it's or whatever you want to call it. It kind of looks like a three-leaf clover, or like maybe a key, but it's the one. It's not the one closest to the enemy you're trying to bait, which is this one. It's not this one. It's the one over here. So it's like the second one from the one that's on the platform that the enemy's on. If that's how you want to. It's wherever. It's the one that your head is facing. How about that? Just come up with a way to figure it out like that. If you aren't used to it, and you can use like save states, like I've been using with Speed Souls save organizer on speedsouls.com. It works for no-hit runs and casual playthroughs and all that stuff, but it's really helpful for this. And then once you get that, there's this little great magic weapon chandelier or whatever, and then there's this little sea or something. You want to stand at the edge of the sea, and again, there's two ways to kill this guy. You can do the pyro method, which is like you can't damage with the bow, and you shoot at this side here, and then he walks off. Or even on SL1, as long as you can deal damage with a bow, this works. It doesn't have to kill him in one hit, where you hit him in the head and they fall off and die. See? Bye. And then gonna walk across, and where the two of the seas meet, makes kind of like an Atari logo. You're gonna stand there, and there's this black spot. I don't know if you can see it right here. See this black spot here? I aim in this area and shoot. And then he walks off, hits the edge, and falls all the way down to his death. And I like shooting there because he hits the edge and kills himself instead of ending up on this platform and then walking down here. And he could, like, I think maybe theoretically hit you. And so I'm just, since I can add that extra bit of safety with, like, literally, and make it even more optimal and, like, no time loss or whatever, it's, like, why not? You know? No reason not to. I guess it technically is a time loss, but it's just easy to do. And a habit a lot of people have is they instantly pull this lever. Don't pull the lever yet. We're gonna, you can get on this thing here and shoot gargoyle, but I'm gonna run all the way down and bow him, which is slower, but whatever. It's safer. You're gonna come down here and you're gonna lock on and then just R1. Like lay back and press R1 until he's dead. Easy. Sometimes you might want to hold the arrow a little longer just in case he's like turning around or doing something stupid. When he dies, you're gonna run back up here and then you pull the lever after you kill him with the arrows. It's like the other strat is getting on this platform here and standing here on top and then killing him. That's like viable, but you might not want to do that. You don't want to accidentally fall off there. Okay, so there's two ways to do Anor Londo. There's the really fast one where you just like YOLO it, which is what I normally do. YOLO. But I'm gonna do the safe one because that's what I'm assuming people are gonna want to know how to do. So your damage doesn't matter for like right now yet. So we're gonna put on Slumbering and Darkwood Grain Ring so that we can roll this attack consistently. Whatever he does, just roll it. You can do like a jump there for fun, but don't do that. And this is like safe Anor Londo. This is how I do it safely. You're gonna stand behind here with the Slumbering Ring on so he can't see or hear you. That's kind of the idea behind it. Get your bow ready, and when he de-aggroes, it's like when he's like facing, or he's standing in the spot where he normally does. Like he'll shuffle his feet and get ready, like that. See how he does that? Then you're good, and he won't hear you. So you can run over here. And since you kill the gargoyle, it won't chase you. And we're gonna shoot this guy, and he's gonna get staggered and fall back. And if you shoot him in the head, he won't get staggered. He's like the opposite of the Chandler. So just so I can get a straighter arrow, I'm gonna use the feather arrow and hit him in the leg there, and he'll fall off. Now our damage matters. Do you want to put a red Tearstone Ring back on and do a jumping attack here, like a plunging? So the way you do that is you jump over the railing and get a plunging on his wing. Don't try to get too far left because you're going to probably miss. And now you definitely don't want to have... And this guy over here, he won't aggro when you're running past. If he does aggro, make sure you look behind him. Like if you hear a loud screeching, just look behind him and check and see if he's throwing lightning bolts at you. But I've never seen it happen. So here, you're going to aim... it's just like an instinctual spot for me to aim. Just aim around there. And maybe use your arrows that you're attempting to actually use. And then try to actually do damage to one of them. And then we're going to use the arrows to kill them. I'm getting lucky headshots here, but those aren't necessary. See how when they get body shots, they get staggered way more than a headshot? It's because the animation's different. And sometimes one of them will fall off, which almost happened, but it didn't. Sag. You're dead. Wow, my aim is just absolutely amazing. He's in a weird spot too. Okay, got him. Now we're gonna run across. Listen for him to move. Okay, he didn't do anything, so no aggroing. And stay on the right side here, and then roll so you don't get any fall damage. And then this is like an ultra safe thing you can do. You can wait for the arrows here. This is a super huge time loss, so I'm just not going to, but it just makes it to where you always get the same patterns and stuff. You can also wait right here for the arrows. This is probably the better spot to wait instead of over there, so you don't have to deal with that section weirdly off of waiting or whatever. Also, it's probably easier to do it with the slumbering so they don't hear you. Okay, so now it's this part. I'm gonna make a save just so I don't so I can like explain this better, because this is a really complicated part of the game that isn't just like run through and talk about it. Ledge of Death is what this is called. If you ever hear people talk about Ledge of Death and no hit runs or speed runs, it's probably this. Okay, so we're gonna walk around here and start running. This isn't like specific, it's just like what I did there. And then run up here, stay on the left side now. I'm gonna go up to this pillar and you're gonna look at the arrow. And whenever you hear the arrow of the back one behind you go, then you're gonna move. Right. That takes like so much explanation. Oh my god. I have to explain every single part as I'm going through it. Okay, so on high damage, there's two ways to do this. You can one-shot if you're on like decent damage, like +1 40 dex, which is like not what we got, but we got close, so maybe it will work. It should work because of the +1, but we could one-shot the guy, or we could or you can get him to fall off with the SL1 strat, or just like the D strat in general. So we're gonna do it by uh, we're gonna run up here and we're gonna like stand parallel to the pillar so that the arrows from the guy on the left don't hit us, and we can see the guy on the right and not pay attention to the guy behind us visually. But we're listening for the guy on the left to shoot and for the coast to be clear. So whenever he shoots, it's safe to run because then his shot will miss. And that's like super complicated because Zoodle talks about it really well in his All Bosses guide. But like, he didn't even aggro. Okay. Okay, so there, you heard the left one start to shoot. It's safe to run. Then you can run in this corner while he's doing arrows until he goes to melee. And then when he goes to melee, you start here, bait him, and then walk back to the window. Then you can roll for safety. So you're baiting him by doing this. You're standing here and you walked him so he starts his charge attack, and you walk right here. Because this is, see how this is like the safety point right here? He can't hit you. That arrow is like barely on the hitbox. This is perfectly safe to stand at. Here is not, because it can hit you because of the hitbox of this pillar that we're barely being covered by. So that's how the strat works. It's, you know, you're baiting him here, and this part right here is perfect safe grounds. Like, you can't get hit by anything except for the guy who just killed himself. Lol, rip. So that is how this works. It's you're waiting for the sound, and then you're using baiting him to kill him. Or you can stand here and wait until he's like in the middle of an animation and hit him or whatever. That's the easier way to do it, and like the really not consistent way. So if you think your RTSR can't survive this, which mine can, but if you think that won't that will kill you, you can heal. And then you can kill the Black Knight here. So like right here, I can just run to the ONS, or I can run to the blacksmith if I want to buy arrows or anything, and then go to ONS. But if you feel like if you felt like you were gonna die and then didn't, and you healed just for safety or whatever, I almost said held. Then you have to do this. So you shoot an arrow behind him, change one of your rings to slumbering, two-hand your weapon, and get a backstab off. And make sure you still have RTSR on for all of that extra damage. Then you can go back to Darkwood. And then you can just run right up here to this part and jump off and then do that. And if you feel like you need a little bit less damage, you can jump off over here just to make sure it's safe. And then get no what is it? I can't even like function. Then you can get all of your RTSR setup. So this is like the most basic thing. I almost forgot to explain it, called Anor Londo skip. So there's Anor Londo, the whole area up there. You have to go around, and then you end up in like the behind, like you see the bottom of the elevator or the staircase. Then you end up there, and then you can run through to the boss. But you can just do this really easy skip that they like totally missed, like that, where you jump over the railing, and now you're beat the entirety of Anor Londo with one jump. And I'll show you how this is probably how most people get to Anor Londo. They're coming down here after beating the game. I mean the level, and then they run up, and then it's this part of the game. So all of that gets skipped by one jump. Like all the Silver Knights running past the Guinevere painting and whatever, all of that is completely avoided. Really easy. And this I came up with. This is like the same. Killing the Silver Knight is really easy if you want to be safe. You can run past all these enemies and go to the boss. I normally do that, but just because I want to make a save, I'm going to show you the safe strat. So, this is like almost the rhythm of just spamming, but I try to keep it just a little bit slower. So you're going to hit him in the head, he'll stagger, and then you'll go for another attack. So like, stagger, got him. Stagger, attack. Stagger, attack. Stagger, attack. And he's dead. That's all you have to do. And people run through there after killing both the sentinels. It's like, just do that. That's easier than killing the sentinels. So I'm gonna kill the one in the back first. This is the only reason I'm killing these guys is for chunks, by the way. I mean, the only reason I'm killing the back one. You can kill the front one for safety, but these guys can drop chunks, which is, again, the upgrade material for the Crystal Halberd. And this is why we got all these arrows, just to make sure we have enough for everything. Clearly, you need, like, just about 90, and then maybe, like, 20 for, you can, like, buy 20 or, like, buy 10 or something for mid-game / late game, but this is just getting a bunch now is great, in my opinion. So if he drops, and we still have 4 humanity from earlier, so if he drops something, that's nice. We could actually go and get our upgrade right now if we like wanted to be a little risky. Headshotting, super easy. He's gonna die. And since there's all these different ways to set up RTSR, I feel like Mimic Head is not necessary. And you definitely don't need soul boosting gear in this run at all. And if you want to go run up there and grab some stuff for upgrades, like if you want to upgrade, if you got a chunk somehow and you want to go upgrade, you can run to the blacksmith over there, the giant. And if you want to buy feather arrows, you can do that too. But, okay. I'll explain 2 different strats for this, and we'll look at some openings and try to explain ONS a bit better. More detail. It's not that hard on melee, but you can get some super tough situations. So I'm just gonna show regular gameplay first, which is just like running in and killing the fight. I mean, killing the boss, and easy. Or you can do like running in here and then doing the backflip cheese because we have the ring to do it. So if I might as well just show how to do it anyway. So this is like normal ONS. Wait, is it not gonna work because of? It's not gonna work, is it? No, it's not gonna work. But it worked that time. So you're gonna run to the pillar and then wait for him to do an attack and try and get an attack off. And you're just gonna try and strafe behind him and roll anything that you need to and use the pillars to separate them. That's like how this boss works. And from any sort of detail from that point on is just learning what to do and knowing your scenarios well enough, which is just tons of practice. There might be some ONS tutorials out there, but it's really just like knowledge and practice. Like fighting him on SL1 is a good way to get better. It's like knowing that you can strafe that and then roll is really easy. He could do a charge or a jump, but it doesn't really matter because I can just block it with the pillar there. I'm a lot more aggressive on ONS than most people because I feel like it's better to kill the boss instead of just running around the arena for 10 minutes. Okay, no follow-up, so he's going to attack immediately after that. If he doesn't do any follow-ups, he'll immediately recover. Go for that if you want. So with the cheese, he should die like instantly, but also you can get a bunch of different openings. I have those in my SL1 guide because I made a save state incorrectly because of how this fight works, where if you quit out, the cheese AI, the cheese RNG will be, it's not RNG, but the cheese AI will be like affected or whatever. I don't know how to say it. Alright, let me show off Smo. So, we're doing this way, by the way, not the other way, where you kill Smo first, because it's just the easiest way to do it. And it's just meta, and everybody does it, so whatever. I'm not really putting in too much consideration. Also, you need to keep in mind where the other guy is. Just learn his moveset, it's free. Or, you can use the pillar here, and then, like, whenever he gives you a free opening, attack and then get out of the way and use the pillar to block everything he does. That works too. So let's see if I'm going to get the RNG for the cheese, and the game will be nice. Let's see if that actually happens. Oh my god. What? Game is functioning. Impossible. So the way the cheese works is you run into this corner here and then press A, and then what you're going to do is you're going to do a backflip, an L1, like a block to time your to time it to make sure you get the R2 off at the right time. So you're gonna L1 and then you're gonna do an R2, and that's gonna every single hit is gonna hit Ornstein, and then 2 attacks with enough damage should kill him. If it doesn't, then you can just keep fighting him normally and only have to do is like one tiny little hit. So we're gonna run into the corner, and this only works, by the way. The way that you set up the cheese is you have to get a bonfire early, or you can kill every enemy here, quit out, and then come back in. That's valid as well. But you can run in here and then press A and then backflip and do a R2. And this only works if he does the instant charge, and if he does it, and he only instant charges to the fog wall after you've boned out or quit out because of the way that uh, quit out AI works in this game. So we're gonna run against the wall and press A. Skip the cutscene. Backflip. Okay, I don't know what happened. I think it's the way that the cutscene manages that actually. Yeah, you can't have the cutscene on. That's a mistake. My bad. So you have to quit out. Um, so I guess quit out just won't work. You have to get the bonfire earlier and then set it up. I don't do this cheese, so it's been a bit since I like knew what I'm doing. So now that there's no cutscene, do a backflip. Got the timing off. One stagger and kill him. That only works with that RNG, by the way. I could have got like a lightning RNG and it wouldn't have worked. Another thing that's nice about it though is that you keep the ghost hitbox at the front of the room. Wow, that's great. No running attack. So I've been doing this kind of like just fight the boss however sort of thing for Smo. But we can use the pillar here, so usually wait until he recovers from a charge, from what I remember. Or you can just do the jump. I always like punishing the jump because it's really easy to see when he's going to do it. Or I guess you could use like the bow, like this, if you wanted. And then get behind here until he's dead. I don't think this is very optimal. Just use halberd. And ONS become really predictable once you learn how to kill them correctly. Alright, that should be enough ONS, to be honest. If you want to learn more on ONS, I mess up a lot on ONS in my guide, so that's great. My guide for SL1, which is on the Discord as well. At least right now, until they decide to kick it off because like I end up being stupid or something. I don't know. In case that happens, if somehow it's not there anymore, I don't know how it would not be there. Then and make sure you trigger the cutscene and get Dark and Orlando. Then the game will work. And get the Lord Vessel. You actually have to get it. And if you can't find it, it's on my YouTube channel. Anyway, after you kill ONS, you want to stop leveling Dex at 40 and start leveling Endurance. Or Strength if you want more damage, but get Endurance because it's better. Now we're going to go to... so there's 2 ways to do Sif setup. You can just spend forever jumping off of a ledge for RTSR, or not use RTSR, or you can use the elevator and Firelink Shrine and then run all the way. But either way, you're gonna have to put the Lord Vessel in, so we're just gonna put it up right now. Usually I do it after Sif, but just so I don't forget. Also, you wanna keep ramped just for safety, in case you need to sell anything or trade in like a slab or something in all bosses. But we're not doing all bosses, so I guess it doesn't really matter, but who cares? Let's go to RTSR setup. Okay, it says no hits on there. That's a lie, by the way. I just realized. I'm not counting hits. You're like, you're hitless? You can use gadget on no hit run? No. Anyway, we're gonna do some jumps now. This is how you could do this setup early game for figuring out, like, if you don't have RTSR because you got a bonfire or something, then you can do this setup in the early game. Just make sure you're doing it with the one over here. This, so the right one if you're facing this way, and the left one if you're walking on. The one where you're not gonna fall to your death if you do it wrong. It's like the one with the platform. So you're gonna look up whenever you get to the top, walk off. And that's like a ton of damage. Then you're gonna jump to the corner over here, like that. I try to jump a little far to the left so that it pushes me. Then you're gonna jump straight across here, run over here, and then you're gonna walk off here. Bam, RTSR, easy. That's the setup I made for this. I think I made it, I'm pretty sure, but I don't know. And you can use all your souls in here, just don't pop humanity. With RTSR, if you're coming back through later for absolutely no reason, whatever. I don't know why you'd go back through here, but yeah, while you're having RTSR, don't pop humanity. And again, I'm just gonna do this like it's Blighttown. I mean, running back from Blighttown. Staying on the right side here. Killing those guys with the bow is actually, in my opinion, more risky. Okay, we can get the bow all the way upgraded now. +5. And if you feel like it, you can get more arrows. Just in case. And you can also use the bow to kill Titanite Demon here, but it's a bit of a stretch. I'm just gonna run across because I'm safe with the lightning there. Crystal Hammer RTSR should kill these guys on one hit. Even with like basic levels. But like with RTSR, it definitely will kill him in one hit. So if you haven't got the flip ring, this place is free here, but since we did, we have to just make sure that we don't die to the two enemies right here. And we do that by just, this guy will always move in like a weird direction. Then we can roll anything that he does. But he did his stupid fat roll, so we're fine. Can run down here like this. Watch and make sure nobody's falling on you so you don't get staggered. Since I know my health right now, also you can kill these like little mushrooms, the small ones for gold pine resin, but that's like dumb. So we don't need it. We don't need it, so I'm not going to. Since I know my health is fine, I can just jump off here like if I was just running straight through here for time, but you can run to the left side and like take the intended pathway down here without taking damage. Okay, I'm gonna do Sif without a save state. But I will spend a lot of time in the fight because there's no like phases or anything like that, which is great. If there's a phase 2 in this fight, it'll be horrible, I bet. But we're gonna get him to do some fun little jumps, maybe. But anyway, the strat for this boss is we're gonna get him to do either a running attack and then like a slam, and we're gonna punish before the follow up. So we always gotta punish when the follow up happens. Never punish just running at him. He will always hit you. It's just like you're gonna get hit. It's happened too many times for me, like not to lie to you about that. But that's a joke, by the way. But the other way you can do it is he'll do this attack. He'll take Artorias' greatsword and go like from the left or from his right and our left. I'm just gonna take it from our perspective. So like left to right, right to left, and then a slam. And when he does the slam, right before he does that, you like go to his left, well your left, on his back leg and attack, and then just get out of the way, and he'll jump and miss you. That's like the really old way of punishing him, but we can do both for like a way faster kill. So I'm gonna put on, actually, this is a better idea. I'm gonna put on for the no death, no enemy death right now. Also, this is like, look, I think this might be the Great Lord, Great Sword, or whatever. Like, that's Gwen's sword. Anyway. Cutscene. Okay, so this is the first one. If he does the follow-up there, you can punish. So you saw that attack where he did a running attack, and then it's like, it looks like, oh, this is the second one. Okay, so let me just see if I can point out which ones I'm talking about. So, okay, this is one that you can punish by going roll, roll, and then when he attacks, you hit him and get out of the way. Right? This is the second one. And that one only works if he does the follow-up. And if he like does just a walking for a bit, he'll always do that there. So that running attack. When he starts the follow-up, attack and then roll it. Only if he starts the follow-up, though. So we got the running attack. Didn't do the follow-up, so I didn't punish. Right. Left, back leg, punish, get out of the way. Maybe don't do 2 rolls, just do 1. And I'm gonna explain the jumps. Okay, get the follow-up. See how much time you have to recognize that? That's way better than just doing a running attack there. Wow, that strat saved me, dude. It literally is so helpful. Oh my god. Wow. I'm just trying to like make sure I try and bait him on certain distances. If you want to get greedy with the finish, then I mean, I'm not gonna stop you. Okay, yeah, bad idea there to punish. Usually, it's like very rarely you can immediately jump after that. I think I've seen it happen once. Okay. So he can't die because I put no death on. That's not good. I can't die either. Okay, let me restart. This fight's gonna be all screwed up, but whatever. So ignore what's happening right now. That didn't happen. Okay. Now pretend. Oh wow! I just started the fight. Wow, that's great. Okay, so I explained the punishes. Now let's explain the horrible RNG that you're gonna get every single run and you're gonna hate. This is gonna make you hate the run, not run, the fight. You're gonna not like this fight anymore after this. But so you have all these great punishes that are just awesome and do like tons of damage to his health. You also get jumps sometimes, which are just really annoying. So let's just try and bait one. Okay. So whenever you get a jump, you want to run if you can. If you can't, don't push it. But if you can, and also you most of the time can. It's actually rare that you can't, but you want to run through Sif when she's jumping into you. See how I ran through her and I didn't get hit at all? It's like the easiest punish in my life. Yeah, exactly. Free. Here, do a jump. Please. See, I don't even have to try. It's easy. You just run through. That's the bad RNG that every no-hit runner complains about. This should probably do something. I stand really close after that. Then run through. Nope. Okay, whatever. That would be great RNG, but for this case it isn't, because I'm trying to... Oh, and then... that is the reason that we're not going to mess with her. So this is all the garbage you can do on low health. Like this super slow attack with crazy horrible hitboxes. They're supposed to be super easy, but it's actually so horribly timed and synced that it's kind of hard to dodge. So you just stand back and bow her to death. Death sound, death animation, dying and stuff. Pretend she died. Let me take this off. Alright. Killed Sif, move on. That's a pretty good explanation of how Sif works. I know that fight pretty well. Pats itself on back. Okay. Yeah, we don't need to upgrade. +1 should be good until like later. And there's, if you have chunks now, this would be a good time to upgrade if you want, but we don't need it. It's not scary until Seath. Then it's like, oh my god, my thing is gonna break. What am I gonna do? Do I have to go grab the crystal ember and actually make a crystal weapon? No, you don't. But we can um, we can repair it later. So we're gonna do that with the chunks. And there's a chunk in Undead Parish that you can get, but we're not gonna get that one because it's more risky. And there's a chunk in Inner Londo that's really easy to get, but it's hard to get when you have the Inner Londo area lit up, because there are enemies that are there in light and there are enemies that are not there in dark. And I mean, those enemies can be there in light and not there in dark. So once we've gotten the Lord Vessel, it's safer to get the chunk. So we're gonna do that after we get the Lord Vessel. I mean, not after we get the... We're gonna do that later, but we can do it now that we've got the Lord Vessel. So now I'm gonna go to Nito. Don't accidentally run down to Four Kings. I do that all the time. I'm like, oh, I should go down to the elevator right now. No, don't go down to the elevator. Make sure that the Lord Vessel is not in your key items, and that you actually picked it up. Because if you picked it up and it's not in your key items, that means you did it right. It means it's placed down where it belongs. Here, switch to Slumbering, and pick up Hornet Ring. I missed that. In Sif fight, after you kill her, or right before you kill her, pick up the Hornet Ring. And this part is like really easy to screw up. People screw this up all the time because they just don't know what they're doing. But we are going to kill the skeleton and run past. So we're going to get the skeleton to die. This skeleton, I don't even mention like why we're doing things. I just say we're doing them. It's kind of dumb. There's a skeleton over here, and we're going to bait him over here so that we can run through without having skeletons chase us when we're trying to kill the necromancer. That's the idea. So you can use bombs here if you want. Or if that skeleton somehow falls off, then and you tried to re-aggro him, just bone out maybe, but you can also just decide to go. Also, that never happens. What the heck? Let me just wait until this guy de-aggros here. So if this happens and you're super scared, maybe you can bone out. That somehow went right through him. Alright, so he dies. As soon as he dies, you want to start sprinting. You can change back to that ring if you have to. And then you're going to get your crystal halberd out, and you're going to stab through the wall right here, like this. You can do that with slumbering on or without it. It's safer without it, but... I mean, sorry, not without it. It's safer with it. And as soon as you get here, you need to look at this necromancer and dodge his attack. Whenever he does it, he can take a sweet time or do it immediately. A lot of people just light this bonfire and then pull this. You need to sit at the bonfire so you can reset the enemies so you don't die. Not pull, sorry. Push this thing. And then you push the handle through, and that'll remove the wall. It'll push it down. And when the skeleton spawns, you kill it. And when this skeleton spawns, you kill it. And then they're dead because the necromancer's dead. You don't really have to if you kill those, I don't think, but I kill them for extra safety in case they like hear you or something. And let me explain this. Nobody ever explains this. These rocks, if you're past the rocks, like here, you can get hit. See how that went right through me? That should have hit me. But if you're behind the rocks here, then you can't get hit because he's going to aim at the wall. So we're behind the rocks, and now we're going to attack him by shooting the bow in his face, pretty much. So like this, if I can actually aim. It's hard to aim on controller with this game. It's easier if you use like the mouse like this. But so we kill the necromancer, so these guys can actually die. Then we're gonna bait one of them off. If he doesn't, if he goes over there, stay back. Even if he's over here and he's about to attack you, stay back until he comes at you, like at the roll. If he's gonna roll at you or like do anything, then get out of the way. But try and stay here so that if he does some attack, he just goes flying in that way, and not actually flying into you, you get hit. So he flies that way, and then since Necromancer is dead, you can kill him. Also, if you want, you can probably kill these guys just up here. Like that. But I'm just gonna let him die. He didn't die, so that means there's a skeleton over there that's alive. Which is a little... If you want to take that risk, you can, which is what I'm going to do. Or you can go back and... Or you can bone out and go back to that bonfire. So the setup here without the avarice is you're going to take super tiny... Like, you can check in if there's a bunch of them that wait, but you can take little tiny steps and then roll back here. And then walk off here. And that's just going to give us enough health. See how we got skeleton there? That's the terrible, horrible RNG. Oh, I know why that happened. That happened because I didn't put on slumbering. So when you're doing this entire setup, like from the drop all the way up there, the whole time you want to have slumbering ring. Like the very first drop, you need to have slumbering ring on, and I messed that up. So normally here you wanna stand here, and there's an enemy right below. I can actually quit out, right? Yeah, I can quit out. So just to show, don't quit out here. That'll invalidate your run, but yeah. So there's like a bone wheel here, right? So you'll stand here and throw a bomb and kill him. And your RTSR will be set up if you did it right. It's not like, well, it will set up when you drop over there. Alright, we killed him. So that black firebomb strat works there. Or you can do a strat where you hit the halberd until he walks off. Like you hit the halberd on the ground until he falls to the ground. Or you can do a plunging attack strat, which is like a little bit sketchy, but I mean a lot of people do that. Since you have thief, you might as well use black firebombs though. Okay, pinwheel. If you don't get the roll, I usually just go for it, but you can homeward bone and do the entire section again until you get a roll. But you're gonna walk off and try and skip the cutscene and press roll at the same time, and then do a running attack in an R1, and then check every single corner of the area and see if there's any fireballs coming at you. Sometimes you put Mask of the Child, which is nice. And that's like a stamina regen thing, and I would wear it. But we didn't get it. So now we're gonna heal. We're gonna use a regular humanity to heal. And we're gonna swap the flip ring with Slumbering Dragon Crest. And we're gonna run through here. Just memorize where to go. I'm not gonna explain this area. I know how to do it just from playing the game casually. And then when you get to this part, you're gonna walk off, land, and then walk off. That's just like knowing the inputs, not actually knowing where you're going. The walking off and landing and stuff. Then if you've had Slumbering Ring on that time, nothing should kill you. Now we're gonna get the Skull Lantern and we're gonna go get Fog Ring. So you can, you don't have to talk to him, just let him push you off. I'm gonna go back and get Fog Ring now. So we're just traveling back to the asylum so we can go to uh, the little nest or whatever. And so we can go to trade in our stuff. So we're gonna sit like a ball and then go back and then get Fog Ring. So just keep Slumbering Ring on here, I guess, just for extra safety if you want. So here, normally you just trade, if you're gonna do Duke Skip, just trade the Skull Lantern, quit out, and we're good. If you're not gonna do Duke Skip, this is like my strat I came up with. Just trade in one of your twin humanities here. So you get your little Fog Ring. That's requirement. Then you can trade in your twin humanity if you want for a rare ring of sacrifice. And whether you get Duke Skip or not, uh, because I mean you sacrifice your humanity, so you want to. So that's the rare ring. So if you get cursed, you can use the. If you keep the rare ring on, you get cursed, you're gonna be fine. You're not gonna have any curse. So he says, "Please forgive me." If you don't forgive him, he gives you another twin humanities, and it's fine. And then you can, once you kill Nito, he'll go back and he'll be a merchant, and then you can just purchase humanity from him. And he sells a lot. And then if you still need more after you've purchased all the humanity, also you need to run against this wall the entire time. If you still need more, then you can just kill him and get even more. So you run against the wall, and then you like take a little bit of a left here, and then drop down. Like you take a straight left, sort of. If you want, you can jump up here and get this ring, but that's just like an extra souls ring, but you don't need it. Just pretend I didn't jump up there. It is faster to do that, but it's inconsistent. Like I got lucky, I got that jump. And if you get the souls ring, just wear it after you kill bosses. It's kind of nice. Or discard it if you don't really care. Like if you're on a one-hit PB and you just somehow accidentally got it, then you might want to just prepare for not getting it at any point. Okay, we got Twinkling. That's useless. They can drop white chunks, you don't need to worry. They can't give you anything that's like actually useful. So you just run through here and then like dodge in case he does a stomp and you need a roll. That arrow will miss if you drop down. Pick up the soul of a hero, land on the left side, roll past pinwheel, roll past second pinwheel to the fog wall. And you want to have both your stealth rings on there, so the way that it works with stealth rings is like perfectly consistent, so there's no reason not to have them on. Okay, so Nito, when you drop down, you want to stand still and not move because sometimes if you don't stand still, Nito has weird behavior problems, like not kindergarten behavior problems, but like he walks behind, he walks to the wrong direction. He like actually doesn't ever move, and you have to bone out and do the whole section again. So to avoid that, we're just gonna walk down and stand still. And if he does the attack where it goes like where you hear like the screaming, it's like or whatever, and then he does the screaming. That was dumb. And then plunges into the ground. There's gonna be a sword that comes right up and hits you. But to prevent that, you can block with halberds and like with clubs, and you can just like pull back the bow and it'll work. Not shields though. And you can block, and then your character gets pushed backwards, and the hitbox misses because the hitbox is really small, like really tiny. Okay, so walk down. You're gonna land. Cutscene. That's a screaming block. Misses. Easy. You're just gonna stand here and wait. Every time you hear the scream, just hold down block. Or just keep holding it the entire time since you have full stamina. And over there, that's Nito. Hi, Nito. And we're gonna kill him melee. You can do it with a bow, but that's dumb. We're not doing it with the bow. The bow way of doing it is funny though. Okay, that's about good enough. Maybe a little too quick, because he's kind of far back. That's good. Okay. Just need to make sure we don't run too far backwards and aggro the skeletons. And you have stamina to get out of the way. That one you can strafe really easy and get a bunch of punishes. So he's probably going to do an explosion here. Nope. But if he does, I'll show you where to run. It's like now, right? Now? No, this is weird RNG. Okay, now. So you're going to run right here. And if you feel like that's not far enough, you can go here. Like right here. And you won't. Okay, you should always have your halberd out, but I had to roll that because I didn't have it out. Pretend that didn't happen. Good night. Got him. You even get to do the Giga Chad rolling. He's sitting inside the bonfire, dude. Okay, level up endurance here. If you want damage, you can go strength. Doesn't matter. Now we want to get, can use the soul of hero and use the soul of Sif. Soul of hero should be good. 10,000 is enough for upgrading. But we're gonna go to Chamber of the Princess and we're gonna get upgrades. So showing off Duke's Skip is gonna be nice for two reasons. One, it's good for because like you need to know how to do it for a run that's like fast. And two, because I need to practice it, so nice to get some practice in. Okay, so these guys here. So we're just going back to get the chunk. You don't have to do this if you don't get, if you get chunks. We're just gonna run up the stairs here. Stealth ring is on. Can't see you. Easy. And past the giant, there's a chunk. That's the chunk we're getting. We're just gonna pick it up. It's right there, and there aren't any enemies since all the ones that are normally here are gone. Okay, so we got a chunk, and since we're here already, could just use the giant to upgrade. And this is optional, but you can get Hawk Ring over there in that chest, and that'll help with your bow by making it have better range. But you don't need that. Okay, so now we're gonna actually travel to the regular Anor Londo bonfire. There's not gonna be any angry firekeeper because we already moved her to the middle by killing Guinevere. And we didn't kill Gwendolyn, so there's like nothing that she can do that could kill us. Okay, so gonna do a 5-head strat here. The new hot, fresh out the table strat, bro, that I saw from somebody else's run. If somehow I die to that, because I've never done it before, I'll just show the other way as well. But you don't need to do the other way. The other way is where you bait him, the boar here, up over to this side, and then you just keep attacking him and attacking him, attacking him. The other way to do it is it's like this. You run up like here, I think. Make him look around. Put the slumbering ring back on. And run past him. Easy. Then you just run past that guy. Free. And make sure right here you have both your slumbering and your ring of fog ring. I mean your fog ring. Then take off the I know, crazy. Take off the slumbering ring temporarily. And we're gonna aim right here. Or here. I think Dino or Nico. I'm gonna keep calling Nico. Aims like there. Right, that works. But mainly I like to shoot here. There's like a weird spot you can get to where it misses all of it and hits the actual guy that's right there, but we don't even have to worry, dude. Also, it'd be nice to see where the other guy goes. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Nope. Yep, back there. I'm hitting him. I got actually hit the spot. Nice. Okay, so when that guy with the sword who's walking gets there, I put back on my slumbering ring and run. And I'm going to show off Duke Skip, and I'm going to show off how to do it without Duke Skip. So make a save right here. Rename Dukes. Alright. That guy won't attack that early. He only attacked because of quitting out. Okay, so with Duke Skip, you run up with the bow, press A, and you're going to zoom in, and you're going to aim your arrow right here. And also, you might have to slow this down whenever I actually do the skip, or look up the tutorial for the bow setup if you don't know how to do this. But you're going to press A, and you're going to zoom in, and then when the lever is done, you're going to roll right, forward, and back. It's like right, forward, and back. I'm just set this all up again, but here, I'll just and then when you land on here, you're gonna adjust your camera until you see like a black line, and you're gonna line up your soul count here with your black line. I'll show that with the black line there. I'll show how to do it. Don't worry, I got you guys. We'll just do it again. Like, that arrow won't shoot there. That's just because of save states. Okay, got the bow ready. I'm right here. And now we're gonna do Duke Skip. So, right, forward, back, and then line the soul count with the black line over there. When you see the pillar, you're gonna roll. So like there's a pillar, there's like a little pillar thing, and when you see it, you're gonna roll. And that's how you do it. And it's like, it's really hard to explain that at full speed, but if you go look at the tutorial, you could find it in the Hitless Discord, just ask people for it. You'll be able to learn it really easily. It's not that hard. Oh no. Whoops. Okay. Error when trying to load save file. Yeah, I noticed. Alright, well, so now that I got that out of the way, and it's in the video at least, that's usually what I do, and then I run straight to Seath, no issue. Everything's already unlocked if you go that way. Instead, people like to make their lives like way harder and do the area. So I'm gonna show how to do the area. Rare ring of sacrifice. Flip ring. Get this guy in here. This guy was like some blacksmith apprentice or something. Goes around the left side. You want to kill this lizard here. Just so he doesn't get in your way, I think. None of that matters. Alright, rare ring of sacrifice on. Just run in and die. It didn't turn off. No death. But if your curse builds up, it doesn't matter. Rare ring revival. Keep all of your humanity. Everything's great. Okay. Rare ring of sacrifice shattered. Attack Cringer over here and get it the key. Roll. Bone. Or just walk in bone. Whatever. Then you're gonna run past these guys. If they do anything, they didn't do anything. But if they do anything, roll it. Just get God Gamer it, you know. Even if you get the bonfire. I mean, even if you don't get the bonfire, you're still stuck here. This place in the game is so boring. Those guys are de-aggroed because there's no sound and because we boned. Then we're gonna attack this thing. Till that guy moves into vision. Try and hit him with an arrow. Make him come down with us and have some fun. Getting stabbed in the back. Goodbye. Easy. And I haven't done this in forever, so I don't know if there's one more or not. Is there? I guess not. So silence ring now. Can't hear you. Get up.
You have to fight this guy. Fight both of them. Sad. Swag parry. Don't do that. I just did it for fun. Get the key. And bone. You can skip all of this with Duke Skip. It's great. Use the key to open the double doors. Stay to the right. Dodge. Spam roll here. Put on Slumbering and Fog. Okay, that's because I didn't have Slumbering. I made a mistake. So that whole entire section running where like there's a bow, you need to keep Slumbering and Fog and then walk over here so they don't notice you. That's the strat, and I screwed it up because I'd never do this place because I hate it with a fuming passion. And if you're standing right here where I'm standing, to the right of this pole, you can't get hit, so just go to town. You don't even need, it's probably faster to not do headshots. Let his poise just make your life easier. Right, he's dead. Make him turn. Kill him. Try and kill him immediately. I didn't. Make this guy turn around. Slumbering and Fog will make him stop and go away. And then take off Slumbering when he's gone away. Whoops. Guess you have to actually do that. He's gonna drop down. Kill him. Or you just dodge here and then kill him like from here, which is easy. Alright, so I'm gonna put on my RTSR and flip ring now. Dodge the arrow. Kill him. Gonna drop down. Onto this. Pull the spinny lever. Walk down and leave. And you're sprinting out the slider here. And then not sliding yet, you're gonna walk down, then slide. And that will make you to where you're gonna get hit. There you go, that's Dukes without Duke Skip. It's really boring and it takes like 10 minutes longer. I don't like it. So I'm actually gonna show the slow setup here. A slow RTSR setup. Just drop behind him and then give him the 1-2 with the halberd. So what you can do is you can set your you can set your health up for the fast setup here, or you can just drop off like this. So well, I guess I'll do the fast one, but just do that until you get to RTSR, or do what I'm gonna do, just faster. And I don't do Crystal Cave with Fog Ring on, I just run through and roll everything. It's really easy. I'm used to it. and I do really fast into the crystal cave as well. So he always jumps. Or he does a swing, you can just roll that really easily. So you're gonna run up this part here. There's a humanity over there if you want to go and grab it. And then you're gonna walk off. Oops. Up here. And walk off. And get RTSR. Hey bro. I took too long, that's why I was able to drop down in time. Run across here. Run across here, and then dodge whatever he does. Lightly or slowly walk down and run. And then we're gonna do like a circle through the area, bring all the clams over here, and then run through to the crystals. So like this. You're gonna sprint here, aggro all of them. Till turn in there, make them aggroed. Run up here, where I'm going. Aggro this guy. I'm gonna bring them all the way back here. This should be good. They're super far away. And then they're not going to reach it in time. Right, so they didn't get to the fog wall in time for us to get to the cutscene. So the fog wall up here, and Seath is not going to do anything. As soon as he does the breath, shoot it with an arrow. Running attack on the middle crystal, you do the most damage here. Until he's put his hands back up, then go right here. In the corner here. Kill him. You can go to here earlier, you just won't do as much damage, and the fight will take longer. You get victory achieved, just you might as well homeward bone. Just get out of there because there's like clams and stuff. Oh, wait, you can't leave. Alright, I can cheat. Don't homeward bone unless you did Duke Skip. If you do Duke Skip, then you can homeward bone. My bad. Heh. So, I'm just go to this one. Okay, so that's Seath down. So no, excuse me. Now it's Four Kings time. I do better Chaos right before Gwyn. Not a lot of people are into that, but I'm very into it. It's way easier. And here's more humanity. It's like 5. You should never run out. The amount of humanity that you can get in this game. Look at this. We got 5 here. We got 10. That's like 15. That's plus 16. That's 21. That's 4. That's 20. Or that's 2 of them, right? So that's 4. That's 25. And then you can get all the ones from patches. And then we're gonna get 4 from Four Kings. It's like you're good on humanity. Even if you trade in that twin humanity for the rare ring, you should still be good. And maybe don't get too close to this guy, because if you stagger, just pretend this is a stagger. Oh no, I staggered him. Oh, never mind. Like, can I hit one of them? Okay, so if you wake them up at all, they become active. And so you don't want them to become active. Otherwise, you got a game on them with parries. Alright, now we're gonna do New Londo. Kind of like a full speed, super quick New Londo. A lot faster than most people do it, but not the fastest. It's just kind of like a way to do it. It's not really super optimal. I mean, it's super optimal. It is a little optimal, but it's not like super optimal. This isn't without Transient Curse, New Londo. Which is possible on Hillis and consistent, I think. You can do it really early without transient curse if you're scared of resetting. Okay, so I just take the right side. Or you can also run through there and kill the enemies somehow and then get the 5 humanity with the uh, Firekeeper Soul. So I use R2s there. Then you're going to run in and you're going to do a running attack. Oh, see, that's RNG. Yep. Whoops. That's RNG. RNG. You can run and do a running attack there, and it should normally work. Then you just wait there for a second, and then roll past. So yeah, that part is RNG. I forgot to mention that. My bad. Yeah, you won't always be able to do that consistently. That's why they bait those ghosts out in Trilogy no hit and stuff for extra safety. But that I've never had that happen before. But I just knew it was RNG. Thanks, guide, for reminding me. Or not guide. Thanks, game. Whoops. Wait, I'm not. That's SL1. Ha ha ha. Just stand here, about here, like this much down from like here to here, just around here, and attack him with the bow. 2 shots to get him to start running, so he's gonna stay behind there. And keep you, dude. All right, this is a safe strat. You're gonna run to the wall, and then spam roll here, so you don't get hit. Then run through, and that should get all the ghosts' attention. You're gonna stand at the same spot you were shooting. And when all the ghosts come out, you're gonna run through. You can roll in here for extra safety. Alright, and I'm just gonna also, this is also technically RNG a little bit, not really. We're gonna run straight to Four Kings from here. And a lot of people don't do this. They kill all the ghosts, but I just drop down right here, roll, and then go to Four Kings. This RNG stuff is like really rare. I mean, I've never had it happen before. It's just, it's possible. Like that hit I took in the first room was really rare that you're probably not going to get it. And you can switch to safer strats if you want. There's tutorials for that, but this is just the stuff I use on SL1. My eye, what the heck? Okay, my bad. Let's go. We're gonna just do this fall damage setup for RTSR for Kings. And since we killed Sif, we have we can use the Covenant Ring and Red Tear Stone. So the Covenant of Artorias Ring is necessary to fight this boss. Also, just take this safer. I just kind of went YOLO through there. And you can drop any item. You want to drop an item here to register the middle of the arena, and then follow the king. If he does some crazy magic attack like that, run away. If he does the one where all of them come at you at once, just roll through it. And the way this fight works is that you want to kill the 4 kings, like, you want to kill each king as quick as possible, but you have, maybe not quick as possible, you have time to do it, so just, you're trying to get the job done, not too slow. If you're too slow, you'll get multiple kings at once. So you heard the sound there, that's really hard to hear. The other one just spawned in. While I'm fighting one of them, they usually stay passive. Now that I'm fighting, now that he's dead, The other one is gonna come rushing at me. That's really scary. That you don't want that to happen, but sometimes it does. Alright, one more king, and that should be it. So if you see like a 4 king just appear in front of you and then disappear immediately, like one frame, that means it spawned somewhere else in the room. Unless you're right next to the spawn point. So there's a strat to where you can run behind him when he does that, and that'll make it easier to dodge. But it's hard to get that one. You have to just be really consistent and know where you're going. There we go, that's 3 Lord Souls done. That's 4 humanity here. So I'm gonna use all of it. See how much we need left. Alright, so we need to get some from patches. Only 1 though. We need 30 in total. That's a little overboard on strength. Maybe you might want to go a little more on endurance. Just kind of like guess. It doesn't really matter. Just level up. Level up. Whatever. Whatever, dude. Whatever. Okay. Let's see. Alright. We need 1 humanity. You can also kill Petrus for humanity. That's viable. So I'll just pop these and buy 1. Hello, sir. He also sells this Mask of the Child, so if you're in late game like I am right now, excuse me, you're for late game like I am right now and you want one, just get one. Why not? Help a homie out, dude. Help Patches out and get strengthen his business, man. You could get infinite Mask of the Child if you accidentally throw it away. And Mask of the Child is helpful on Gwen because of just stamina management. It makes sure that there's actually nothing that can go wrong, like in the fight at all, with stamina. Of course, you could still miss parries and stuff, but you're not gonna do that, right? Copium. Alright, so we have 30. And since this is remastered, I can just give all of 30 humanity to the Covenant we're gonna join. So we disobeyed the Covenant or whatever, so that's why we're not in it anymore. So rip Forest Hunter Covenant. We'd have to like go get our sins removed or something stupid to join it again. You can get a really cool armor set over there. I like to get it sometimes for fun. It's like a witch set and a catalyst that you don't need, because if you're gonna use magic, there's every other catalyst in the game that you should be getting. Except for demon catalyst, that thing is useless. It's basically the same as the one you pick up over there. It's like the same exact thing. Okay, so I'm just gonna take it the same way. This is how I normally do it. Take Blighttown the same way, and if you have another purple moss clump, you can use it here to get rid of your poison early. Oh, he came down. You saw him there? That means you gotta watch out. It means if he's at the edge, he will fall down. You could have saved your humanity here and just full healed with that. You don't need to do that though. It's like you could get poison here and then run to the end and not have to deal with it on the way to the bonfire. I like to run against the edge there so it cancels it for as long as possible. If this is a no-hit run, it definitely would have ended to RNG because of that new Londo, so maybe you don't want to do that. Also, if you are too high on health, you can do this where you run against the wall here and then it causes fall damage. running in this game, dude. It's really boring. Such a long trip between each bonfire. Because you can't get all of them because of the Lord Vessel. Dumb mechanic. Cringe. Well, it's not dumb, it's just annoying for no hit. So you have to say yes, otherwise you have to quit out here or homeward bound. Just make sure you say yes. Just make it easier on yourself and do it right. If you say no, quit out here, it's still going to be a valid run. I think I accidentally said no and quit out. And now that we have Lord Vessel, like, we picked it up and placed it, we can teleport between bonfires. Get an Intercovenant. Yes. And we gotta give all of our humanity. Thankfully not one at a time. This is great about this version. How many humanities would you like to offer? All of them. And now the shortcut is open. It doesn't even tell you that the shortcut was opened, it just opens it and says nothing. Damage, cancel the cutscene. Nope, I didn't even get to start. That's the cutscene from Ceaseless. You have to actually trigger it for the lava to go away. I think. Alright, so Capra. I usually just kill Capra. Melee. But, if you want to do that, then shoot an arrow over there. He'll fall off and die. But I just do this because it's fun. Your iframes ran out, buddy. So you can run at this guy here. And then get that. Sometimes if you do it right, you can have him spray and totally miss you, then wait for him to finish. Then go. But I didn't get that. Okay, this guy jumping. Just run to the right and roll. We'll pass these dudes. We don't need RTSR for a boss where you just throw fire bombs. So we're not gonna set it up. We're just gonna do the firebomb strat. I hope people know this. These guys can't stagger you. It's a misconception, and every person thinks they can. They can't. I'm sorry. Your dreams of having a harder no-hit run are ruined. The funniest sunlight magnet if you want to look really weird. And have a cast light spell permanently on. You can also get useless twinkling. Okay, slumbering, ring of fog, and also mask of child. You can do like an early running attack or something to get rid of these. Gonna punch and then go whichever way he goes opposite of. And check back for lightning because it can happen even if you have the fog ring and slumbering. Make sure you have at least 2 bombs for this part. I'd actually roll that one. That's really rare. There's a lot of stuff that I can get wrong or I just missed in this run. So sorry if you get crazy RNG that I didn't know existed in your run. My bad. Or it's just the game's fault, not me. It's not like I created it. There's stuff that can happen that I don't know, I'm sure. Just don't blame me if it happens. It's not my fault. Okay. I'm trying my best. And it's not gonna be perfect, the guide. Okay, so I do need to explain this though. So there's like light tiles here, like these, and there's like some dark tiles. The second set of dark you walk to. So like this is the dark, this is the light, this is the dark. It's like Star Wars, you know? Just kidding. So dark, light, dark. Walk to the dark one and stand on the first set of 2, like right in the middle, right? Or you can count. So you can go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is a 6 one. Okay, I'm standing on the 6 one. Right? Is that 6? Yeah, it's 6. Okay, this is good. So you're gonna aim at this black dot here, and then you're gonna throw a firebomb. And then when you're done, you're gonna go back into this uh, camera, and you're gonna get like around here-ish. Then when you skip the cutscene, you're gonna move the camera to this black dot here and throw. Or you can do it in reverse. And then when you're done, you're gonna roll over here and stand and wait for the red. There's gonna be like a red flaming ball behind the tree or whatever, and you're gonna wait for the red flaming thing to do this attack where he raises his hands, and that's just gonna have to be knowledge and like learning it and practicing it and stuff. I'll obviously show it because I'll recognize the attack and be like, oh, that's the one you have to wait for, you know. Okay, so throw it, get it back here. Gotta figure out where you gotta move. Okay, I gotta move there. Throw the bomb. I had plenty of time to do that. I took my time there. Alright, see how he raises his hands there? That's the attack. Make sure to dodge that stuff. I would have ran way earlier. I just made sure that you'd see the attack I was talking about. And that was really good RNG. Usually you have to sit there and wait for him to do that attack that you can hear him doing in the background. Wait till it says victory achieved, bone. Victory achieved, bone. Don't bone early. Always bone early and have to do this part again. Okay, perfect. We have what, +2? +2 is fine. You can finish the game with a +1. It's really risky, but well, you can do the entire first half with +0. Do a couple of the Lord Souls with +0, and then go +1. It's just gonna be lower damage. Okay, if you have a target shield if you picked up the target shield for Thief class, you don't need it, but if you did, you can use it here. I don't like it though. I'd rather I mean, I know how to do it with the Grass Crush shield, so I just do use the Grass shield. Okay, and we're gonna use gravity with the music here. Let me turn this up. Look at all these dead Silver Knights. Fun fact, the lore is that the Silver Knights got burned with the explosion, and so that's the ghosts of the Silver Knights that died. The ones that somehow are alive went hollow. Because they're undead curse people, you know. Maybe keep on like a slumbering ring. They can't see you, so just make sure they can't hear you here. so we're almost there. Set up here. Okay, got it. Put on fog ring, and alright, so I accidentally made him see me. That's a mistake. He'll do that stab attack if he sees me. Okay, de-aggroed. No, he didn't de-aggro. Whatever. He won't be able to reach me. You're gonna walk around the corner here. Side. He'll always do that stab if he's close to you like that. Or he'll do like a running slash, I think. I think he has that. So I should have immediately put back fog ring on before starting to run. I didn't do that. Okay. Check to see if any enemy is following you. Swap to Darkwood Grain Ring, not Darkwood. Hornet Ring and Red Tear Stone Ring. And we're gonna bait this guy here around, or you can parry him if you want, but aggro, walk around, give him to move on either side, and then go. And it's a sprint to the end. Get your shield ready. It's the end of the game, oh my god. This guy doesn't always jump. He can do a slash, he can do an uppercut. Run to the left though. This. I don't know why my character stopped running. And then this guy can do a bunch of different things. Just be ready for whatever he does. Most of it you can strafe. Alright, Gwen. Let me make a save for Gwen. Gonna have to spend a little bit of explanation on Gwen. Practice this boss. Practice, 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 practice. It's so easy, but practice it anyway. Make sure you know exactly what you're doing. Alright. Whenever you quit out, by the way, the guy over there just leaves for some reason. Roll through the fog wall. I didn't get my roll off, but you're gonna get the parry. And then here's how you do this. Lock on. Walk to the back. 1, 2, 3. Walk back a little bit, and then move forward whenever he does something. If he stands still, wait until he starts moving to move, and then kill him. And if you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, either rewatch that, cause I'll explain it again, but Kazoodle goes into more depth in his all bosses, which is also on the Team Hills Discord. Parry. Behind him. 1, 2, 3. Walk back a bit. Okay, so he stood still for a little bit, so I didn't walk immediately until he started moving. So just pretend that I didn't get the kill yet. 2, 3. Walk back a bit. And then get to go. Or not kill, parry. Alright, one more time. I think should be enough. Oh, and you can also get two-hand. So I'm doing instant parry by pressing both the buttons at the same time, but you can get two-hand and then go R1 for the instant, for the two-hand parry. Riposte, I can't English. 1, 2, 3. Okay, walk back a little bit more on the grab. Stand still, then get the parry. So two-handed would have killed him there. Alright. We'll go link the fire. Overkill 772. He's already dead. It's time. Probably horrible. Yeah, we did it. Alright, that's no hit. Guide. I didn't get a hit list, but sweet. That is how you do it. No hit. If you have any questions, ask me or ask a Team Hitless person on, or not even Team Hitless, just anybody in the Discord for Team Hitless should be able to tell you how to do this on the DS1 guide section. So they got you, and I got you in DMs. So let us know, and good luck.